Good evening and happy holidays, hockey fans, and welcome inside the Hibbing Memorial Arena for tonight's holiday hockey matchup between the Delano Tigers and the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets. Tonight's game is presented by Minnesota Twist Rail in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. And the Rick Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth, Minnesota. Check them out today. So our 2 sponsors for the 2019-2020 live streaming season on Up North Hockey, our inaugural season, Minnesota Twist Rail at Chisholm, and the Rig Sports Grill in Eveleth. We thank them for their support. And doing your play-by-play for tonight's matchup is Randy coming back with the play-by-play. Of course, you had your play-by-play call on Saturday, and he's back at the Hibbing Memorial Arena for the play-by-play call.
Yeah, Blake, it's good to have you back with me. Of course, Merry Christmas to you, and hope you had a good Christmas with your family the last couple days. And we had a lot of fun as a family, and we wish all of our viewers out there as well Merry Christmas as well, and happy holidays from all of us here at Up North Hockey. So looking forward to this game tonight. Delano Tigers are number 8 rated team in our rankings in Up North Hockey this week. Coming here to play Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets, looking for their first victory on the season.
Yeah, Delano's a very, very solid team out of Section 2A. Of course, like you said, we ranked them at number 8 in the Class A poll. So they're going to be a very fast and quick and physical team, and they're going to be a tough team for Hibbing Chisholm here tonight.
Yeah, the Blue Jackets are going to have to be ready to go here against the Tigers here tonight. And then, of course, don't forget that we have more hockey this week. We've got tomorrow night. We're going to be in Grand Rapids for Forest Lake and Grand Rapids Thunderhawks as we get to see the debut playing for us. First time seeing Josie Bothan, and hopefully she'll be in goal tomorrow night for the Forest Lake Rangers. Of course, she's the Penn State commit. Kind of excited about that tomorrow night. And on Saturday afternoon, we've got Greenway coming your way versus Orono Saturday afternoon. So looking forward to that game as well. So a busy week for us here on Up North Hockey again.
So the teams are about to come in the ice here for the starting lineups and national anthem. We're just going to turn off the mic here for a couple minutes, and we'll be back for starting lineups and national anthem and puck drop coming up here from Hibbing.
Jack Carradine. At left defense, junior defense, number 6, Colin Pettit. Starting at right wing, junior winger, number 13, Adam Brown. At left wing, sophomore winger, number 26, Bruce Hallinan. And starting at center, sophomore center, number 11, Jesse Peterson. And the remainder of the Tigers, head coach by Garrett Van Bergen, assisted by Chad Wagner. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets. Starting in goal tonight, senior goaltender number 1, Vitek Bostecki. At right defense, junior defense, number 18, Trevor Lehman. At left defense, senior defense, number 10, Mitchell Zimba. Starting at right wing tonight, sophomore winger, number 17, Casey Kim. And left wing, senior winger, number 24, Matt Evans. And starting at center tonight, junior center, number 3, Joe Allison. And the remainder of your Blue Jackets, head coach by Justin Tomberlin, assisted by Adam Schaefer and Jim Tomley. And now, ladies and gentlemen, may I please ask you to rise as American Legion Post 222 presents our nation's colors. And they are celebrating their 51st year in doing so. Please join me in saluting and thanking them for their service to our country, our community, and to Blue Jacket hockey. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hibbing High School cheerleader Caroline Rue to sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Well, here we go. Ready to play some hockey after the Christmas holiday at the Hibbing Memorial Arena. Hibbing Chisholm taking on the 2019 Class 2A representative, the Delano Tigers. find out here what kind of game we're up here against. Probably in the first period. We'll see how fast the Tigers are here. Blue Jackets certainly have to come to play against the Delano Tigers here tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, especially when you're playing a top 10 team in Delano. You know, they're a big team. They're going to be fast. They got to play good in here in this first period. First period is big for the Blue Jackets here tonight.
In goal tonight for the Tigers, Tommy Hirardi. He is a sophomore goaltender. And Vitek Vozdecki on the other end for the Blue Jackets. We are underway at the Memorial Building. Fired in by the Tigers into the corner. Trying to pick it up is Zimba back there, but the Tigers come away with it. Shot on net, shot in front by Jack Kernanen. Good chance out front here. Chance in front there by Brad Hallinan. Takes a shot and can't get wood on it here. Now controlled. Here is Jack Kernanen playing forward in there. Was chance for Adam Brown, but a wide of the net. Brown has it behind the net now. Brown sends it back into the corner to Hallinan. Hallinan back in there, pressured by Zimba. Back over to get it is Joe Allison behind his own net. Gets it out here. Trying to get it up to Edmonds, trying to get it out of the zone, and Kernanen keeps it in play for the Tigers. Dumped in here by the Tigers' Paulson. Behind the net is Casey Kemp with it. Gets it to Edmonds and can't control as it goes into the Tigers' zone. And goaltender Atari send that one aside, and the Blue Jackets have it back in their own end of the ice here as the Tigers put some pressure on early here in this game. Back on the line is Weber trying to keep it in here. And sent back in here by the Tigers. Up as a loose puck picked up and fired over the top of the net. Shot coming, hard to see that number. Corey Dunnigan with a shot on net here for the Tigers, or shot over the top of the net. We get a whistle and a stoppage play. 15:07 to play here, first period of play just underway at the Memorial Building.
Not a good start for the Blue Jackets. They got caught at their zone there for a long period of time. You know, Delano was working them over. You know, every chance they get, they just got to get the puck out of the zone.
Right. Gavin Carson to take the draw against Keegan Fink of the Blue Jackets. Fink wins that draw here, and loose puck now picked up by Galley. Galley fires it through center ice. Marshak sends it up to Keegan Fink. Has Frieder inside the zone, and puck shot right on goal. And there's a chance for the Blue Jackets down low as Fink in front of the net here. Frieder trying to get to that loose puck, and the Tigers now get it out. And back behind the net, the Tigers have it, is Kernanen wheeling through center ice here. Kernanen dumps it in. Galley will try to poke it ahead, get it out to center ice. Kernanen's got it again over his defensive partner, Pettit, and knocks it in here. Back behind the net, chance for Pettit trying to keep it in here as Galley dumps it out. Pettit back to racing back in his own end of the ice. Pick it up here. Gets it up to Peterson. Peterson knocks it in for the Tigers. And Zimba gets it out here, backhands it out, trying to get it out of the zone here. As loose puck picked up by Allison now. Allison through center, tries to get to Edmonds. Zimba picks it up here, gets it to Kemp. Loses the puck and fired back in by Pettit. Lehman now on the ice here, knocks around the corner. As picked up by the Tigers, Adam Brown. And now sent back into the zone by Hallinan on the wrong side of the center, and that's an icing.
Tonight's game is presented by Minnesota Twist Trail in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey. They wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun.
So face off in the Tigers zone. Ethan Lund out. 2 number 7s out. Corey Dunnigan and Ethan Lund. 1-1 draw, and Lehman trying to keep it in for the Blue Jackets here. Lehman backhands it in, and trying to get to it was Mikey Hendricken. And brought out by the Tigers now, and sent back into the Blue Jackets zone by Paulson. Paulson gets to that loose puck and fires it. And Lehman knocks it out for the Blue Jackets. Fired back in by Weber. In there to pick it up here is and now Kernan in with it here at center ice. Kernan dumps it in. And there, Galley's back there to get it. Like with Panini. In order to help out. Lund comes away with it now behind the net. Now Lund trying to get it up here as Panini intercepts the pass. Dumps it back into the corner. And around the back of the net and out to the half wall. Blue Jackets. Galley in there. And along with dumped out here by Janizic. And we get a whistle and a stoppage of play.
Tonight's game is presented by the Rink Sports Grill in Evelyn. They offer casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large-screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game.
Peterson won the draw for the Tigers there. Fink was in there on the face-off. Peterson has it, and we get a whistle stoppage of play. Player down on the ice. They're going to call a offside there. Peterson to take the draw against Fink. And Fink is going to go off the ice if Blue Jackets send fresh troops out there. And Allison back on the ice here for the Blue Jackets. Allison wins the draw here to Galley. Galley gets it over and dumped it out. Dumped it out by number 15 of the Blue Jackets. I don't have him on my roster, unless I'm reading that wrong. Yeah, there's a 15 out there. I have no idea who 15 is. And Kemp trying to keep it in. Here's the Allison. Dumps it out here. Loose puck. Picked up by Donegan now to Lehman. We hear Lehman with it. Trying to get it with Kemp. To Allison. Allison moves it into the Tiger zone. Only one shot on goal here, almost midway through the first period of play, and that belongs to the Blue Jackets. And now brought out by the Kernan into the Blue Jackets zone. Kernan has it in the corner, gets it over to Donegan. Donegan behind the net, pressured by Allison. And now trying to get it through was, trying to center it through was Paulson. I couldn't get it through the slot area. Sent back in by Kernan. And picked up by Will Brown back behind the net. Brown trying to control the puck as Blue Jackets chasing, trying to get it out of their end here. And there's a centering attempt. Chance for Hallinan, but couldn't connect. And the Tigers come back here, and it was Brown with a shot right on. Yeah, first shot on goal for the Tigers, Blake, and it's a good quality shot by Adam Brown.
And a nice glove save by Vozdecki. Adam Brown's a very good player for Delano. He's big, he's explosive. I remember he was on the state tournament team last year, and he's a very dangerous player for the Tigers.
Yeah, it'd be a fun one to watch here, and Adam Brown here tonight. And Blue Jackets control here as Fink has it behind the net. And picked up now by the Tigers, and a shot right on. Nice chance for Will Brown. They're coming off the bench and putting a nice shot on net there.
Yeah, another nice save there by Vozdecki. He's going to have to be very solid tonight if the Blue Jackets want to win this game. You know, he's going to have to make a lot of saves if they want to, you know, like I said, win the game tonight.
Allison out there to take the draw, and the Tigers come away with it here as Hallinan dumps it in for the Tigers. Vozdecki out to play it. Zimba tips it ahead and comes out to center ice. Will be picked up by Lommel, and he sends it back into the Blue Jackets zone. Behind the net is Dunnigan. Dunnigan trying to get it over to Paulson. As the Tigers pick it up in the corner is Carson. Leaves it out to Selstead. Selstead controls the puck, takes a shot right on. Vozdecki save, puck in the corner. Picked up by Carson now. Selstead gets hauled down on the play. Chance for Carson in front. Couldn't get to that loose puck as the Blue Jackets come away with it. And getting out of the zone was Blue Jackets get it back in, and Tigers back to get it on. They're on the end of the ice here. And Selstead sends it in for the Tigers. Vozdecki out there to play the puck. As intercepted by Keegan Fink now coming on a break, but he gets ridden off the play by the defensive player of the Tigers there. And dumped out here by Campion, dumps it out here for the Tigers. And now picked up at center and dumped in. We get a whistle and an offside.
We apologize for the technical difficulties there. We were disconnected there for some of the play, but looks like we're back on now, and hopefully we don't run into that issue again. We're having some problems with the Wi-Fi here in Hibbing tonight.
Yeah, I apologize for that here again. We had some problems on Saturday afternoon, and obviously some problems with the Wi-Fi here again. Hopefully the next game we have here, it'll get resolved by then. As Kemp knocks it back in here for the Blue Jackets. And now taken away here, loose puck in front. There's a chance for Joe Allison as goaltender Hartari had to make a big save in front there on Allison.
Tonight's game is presented by the Rick Sports Grill in Eveleth. They offer large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rick Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth, Minnesota. Check them out today.
Blue Jackets control. Galley knocks it in the corner here inside the Tiger zone and back in the zone. Knocked it here by Allison. And now Dunnigan gets it out for the Tigers. Back on the other side is Kernan in here. Kernan knocks it ahead to Dunnigan. And knocks it into the Blue Jackets zone. Racing in to get it was Paulson. Allison trying to dump it out here as Paulson controls and dumps it back into the Blue Jackets end of the ice here. 6:15 left here, period number 1. No score between Hibbing Chisholm and the Delano Tigers. Casey Kemp in the corner. And now the Tigers have it, trying to get to that loose puck as Kemp gets it here. And brought back into the Tiger zone by Anderkin. Back behind the net is Lund. Lund as Janicic throws it on net. And a nice little save by Hatari. The Tigers bring it back out as Hallinan knocks it over and back into the Blue Jackets zone as Lehman gets it to Anderkin. Anderkin now with it. And the Tigers intercept is Pettit. Pettit in the corner now playing forward here. Gets it over to Selstead. Back on the point, back sent by Campion into the corner here. Zimba picks it up here. Zimba gets Anderkin. Anderkin can't keep it out. Is knocked back in by the Tigers. Brad Panini. Yeah, no, Jack Kernanen leaves it for Selstead. All right, we apologize again. We had more Wi-Fi issues. Here's a chance for the Tigers. Yeah, sent in there with a shot on goal by Adam Brown, and Wozdecki makes a huge save here. The Tigers are on the power play for the next minute 12 here in period number 1 as Blue Jackets off for a 2-minute minor. There's Freider for an interference. Out to take the draw for the Tigers is done again against the Lund of the Blue Jackets. Lund has it here, and now the Tigers sending back in as Weber with it. Back to get it is Hallinan. Hallinan up to Weber. Weber gets it over on the other side to Paulson. Paulson drives it back on the point to Hallinan. And kept in by the Tigers is Lund trying to get that loose puck and get it out here with a shorthanded opportunity. Zimba keeps it out just outside the blue line and back in here by the Tigers. Paulson back to line, sent in, and Blue Jackets sent it out. Here is Hallinan threw it through traffic there. 20 seconds left here in the power play for the Tigers. And now Hallinan drives it into the corner. In there to get it, and chance for Paulson. Paulson gets it over to Dunnigan. Behind the net is Casey Kemp here. Casey Kemp gets it out and sends it up to Freider as he came out of the penalty box here. Eielson shoots it on net. Freider now with a chance, centers it. Allison with a drive right on. Nice chance for the Blue Jackets there after they killed off that penalty.
Yeah, nice little rush there. They got a couple shots off there, and then, Joe Allison had a really nice chance there. But a nice glove save by the goaltender. I cannot say that name, sorry.
Tommy
I didn't do
Hartari.
my homework before this game.
Tommy Hartari, I think, if I understood it correctly. As the Keegan Finks keeps it in here for the Blue Jackets here. Peterson picks it up behind the net. No, Peterson gets it over to Kernanen. Kernanen comes through center ice. Has it up to Peterson. Peterson brings it back in with a head of steam, and he's offside. 1:04 left period number 1. Shots on goal, 7-3 in favor of the Tigers. And the Tigers have a 1-0 lead over Hibbing Chisholm.
If the Blue Jackets can get out of this period only being down by 1, that'd be a huge win. They've been, for the most part, they've been worked by the Tigers here in this first period. So it'd be a win if they got out of this first period 1-0.
Campion gets it over to Kernan, back to Campion here. Campion at center ice here, brings it through and backhands it in. Blue Jackets will get it out. As Kemp gets it to Allison. Allison breaking in here. Allison coming in, Lund on the high slot area. And he loses it here as the Tigers will control. And got out by Weber, who sends it through center ice. Blue Jackets pick it up and send it back in. Just off the stick of Casey Kemp. As a whistle and an icing there. I think they're going to say that he did touch the, maybe he did touch the puck there. I'm not sure. There's a discussion here. I think they're going to have a drop at center ice here, Blake.
Yeah, it looked like Casey Kemp definitely tipped that puck when it went down, but the referee down on this side called it an icing, so we have a center ice faceoff.
Blue Jackets dump it back in behind the net as Hatari leaves it. Picked up by Kernanen. Now Brown comes it through. Adam Brown coming through. And it was whistle and a stoppage of play here as a penalty is going to be assessed. 2-minute penalty for holding. And that is assessed to the Tigers. Bruce Hallinan going off the ice here. So the Blue Jackets here with 6 seconds left. Got a power play.
Number 26, Bruce Hallinan, 2-minute.
We'll see if this is an advantage for the Blue Jackets. Of course, on Saturday, the power play was not working for them. They got scored on twice on the power play, so they got to do a better job on the power play, on their first power play out of the game.
Yeah, they got to drop the puck there. Two number 7s out to take the draw done again, but they're going to throw them out as Allison gets in here, along with Weber. The Tigers control is Kernanen. And that's the end of period number 1.
6 in the first period for Rotary.
The Tigers with the 1-0 lead, and Blake will have your period summary right now.
Second period, tickets available at the front of the arena. Also, prior to the beginning of the third period, we'll be playing Chocolate Puck, and you can also purchase a puck right now at the front of the arena.
So here's your first period scoring summary. At the 11:34 mark of the first period, the Delano Tigers took a 1-0 lead. Scoring the goal was Will Brown. Assist went to number 14, Tyler Selstead, and number 18, Trevor Owa. And once again, the time of that goal was 11:34, and that's where we stand after one period of play. It's the Delano Tigers 1, the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets 0. The Blue Jackets will have a power play for 1:54 to start their second period, so they got to get going on this power play. They got to do a better job than they did in the last game against South St. Paul on the power play.
Yeah, they're going to have a chance here right away at the second period to get that power play set up. Sometimes those power plays when you're coming out of the box or off onto the ice again for the period, sometimes those are hard to get going, but Blue Jackets definitely got to get it going here as they're trailing the Tigers by 1 goal here.
Shots on goal, 7-3 in favor of Delano. Fairly close, but I did think the Tigers dominated most play in that period. They did have a power play along 2. So, Hibbing Chisholm needs to come flying out on this power play. And, they got to, try getting some more shots on goal and, adding some more pressure for the second period. So tonight's game is presented by Minnesota Twist Trail in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. The Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large-screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth, Minnesota. Check them out today. So after 1 period of play here from the historic Hibbing Memorial Arena, it's the Delano Tigers 1, the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets 0. We'll be back for second period action coming up. Welcome back, everyone. Looking at some other scores around high school hockey, and a very busy day of boys high school hockey. 58 games today, with all the holiday hockey tournaments going on around the state. So here's a couple scores. Holy Angels defeated Rogers 4-3. Litchfield defeated Northern Lakes 6-3. Lakeville North over Totino Grace 7-1 at the Hockey for Life Classic at Dakota Ice Center in Prior Lake. Lakeville South defeated Elk River 6-0. Blake defeated St. Michael Albertville 3-0 at the Tradition at the PIC Plymouth Ice Center tournament. Couple other scores here. The Granite City Showcase in St. Cloud, Monticello over St. Francis 6-1. Hermantown over Brainerd at the Hilltopper Classic 4-1. North Branch over Wilmer 5-1. Crete to Durham Hall defeats Centennial 6-1. A big game at the Tradition at the Park at the St. Louis Park Rec Center. Andover Rosemount 5-4. Huge win there for Andover over Rosemount, who I believe is also a top 5 team. Andover being at number 2 and Rosemount being at number 5. In overtime, Chaska defeated Prior Lake 5-4. And Buffalo defeated Duluth Marshall 7-1 at the Hilltopper Classic. Just a couple of games around high school hockey as we have the holiday tournaments starting up tonight. So the Zambonis making its final pass here at the Hibbing Memorial Arena, and we'll be back for second period action coming up in a few moments here from Hibbing. Welcome back, everyone, to the Hibbing Memorial Arena. Tonight's game is brought to you by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. Tonight's game is also brought to you by the Rig Sports Grill in Eveleth. They offer casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rig Sports Grill offers 8 large-screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. The Rig Sports Grill offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet, they can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rig Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth, Minnesota. Check them out today. So back with your play-by-play call is Randy. So what do you expect for this second period between Hibbing Chisholm and Delano?
Well, certainly the Blue Jackets have to get some chances here on this power play. They got a minute 54 left of a power play. They got to get some chances right away here and get back into this game and try to square it up here to 1 apiece here.
Yeah, you're right. This is a big power play for the Blue Jackets, and they gotta get something going here. And if they don't, it's going to be a big win for Delano as the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets take the ice for the second period.
And I want to apologize to the Blue Jackets number 15, Drew Cabina. Apparently, I didn't get the memo that he switched jerseys from 23 to 15 tonight, so I apologize for not knowing his number, and we've got that corrected. And again, I apologize to any of the Delano Tigers players who I mispronounced their names. A couple of them didn't get off to work until 4:30, and the game started at 6 o'clock, so I didn't have a lot of time for prep time tonight. So again, I apologize to the Tigers for any mispronunciations we may have there, but try to get those shored up here and squared away in period number 2.
I just want to talk about that Rosemount Andover game with you quick. 5-4 victory for Andover. That's a huge win for them. They only have one loss in the season. That was to Blake, of course, in that second game of the doubleheader. Our number 2 ranked team, that's a huge win for the Andover Huskies over the number 5 ranked team, I believe, the Rosemount Irish.
Yeah, that's a big win for Andover. Andover's got a really good team. They're going to be a fun team to watch here as the year progresses. Certainly the second half of the year, we'll see what happens with the Andover Huskies, off to a great start in 2019-2020. So we're about ready to go here with the face-off. And we're ready to go with period number 2. Out to take the draw is Dunnigan against Allison. Allison wins the draw back to Zimba now here. Zimba gets it over to Cabina. Cabina knocks it ahead to London, sends it back in here for the Blue Jackets. And trying to send it out here was Pettit, and he couldn't get it out. He couldn't get good wood on the puck, and finally sent down by the Tigers here. Wozniacki out to play it. Gives it to Kemp. Kemp backs it in the end of the ice here as Lund picks it up here. Lund bringing it out to center ice, leaves it for Zimba. Zimba looking to carry it in here. Zimba with it, leaves it to Allison. Over to Lund. To Kemp, back to Lund. Lund now with it, gets it over to Zimba. Zimba knocks it over to Cabina. To Lund. Lund with a drive right on. And a great save right off the gates here. The Blue Jackets putting on some pressure on this power play. And Hartari with a big save.
Yeah, Joe Allison almost had a big opportunity there for the rebound. But, good job there by Ethan Lund, who put the initial shot on. And, the goaltender had trouble with it at first, but he eventually covered it up. And Allison had no chance for the rebound.
Allison wins that draw here as Cabina knocks it into Lund. Lund to Allison behind the net now. Sends it up for Lund. Lund with a drive right on. Can't get through traffic. Picked up by Allison. Back to Lund here. Lund sends it over to Zimba. Zimba back to Cabina. Cabina to Allison. Allison tries to knock it in there and gets blocked through traffic. Nice defense set up by the Tigers there. The Tigers will get it out here. Trying to get it out here. Now the Cabina keeps it in for the Blue Jackets. Kabina, shot right on. Hatari, save into the corner. Behind the net is Allison. Allison backhands it to Kemp. Zimba will pick it up here. Zimba back to Lund. Lund wheels it around in the zone here. 15 seconds left on a power play. Driven in! Kemp with a chance there. Can't get it to go through for him. Kabina with it over to Lund. Zimba with a shot right on. Good pressure by the Blue Jackets there. Hatari save for the Tigers. He's made some big saves on this penalty kill for the Tigers here.
Yeah, Hatari's definitely made some very nice saves for the Tigers. But even if the Blue Jackets don't score, which they won't on this power play, I think this has really amped them up after this start to the second period.
Yeah, much better start for the Blue Jackets here as Fink in the draw with Peterson. And Tigers are back on the full strength here as Galley keeps it in for the Blue Jackets. And now Kernanen sends it over as the Tigers come through with it. Here is Adam Brown racing in. Brown with a chance. Backhander goes into the corner. Adam Brown, a nice little player for the Tigers. Very skilled and crafty. Back to get it here is Pettit. Pettit knocks it back in for the Blue Jackets here. Racing in there to get it was Hallinan. On the line here, Brown with a shot on goal and a save Wozdecki.
Talking about Adam Brown, I believe he was our player of the game last year when Delano came over here to Hibbing Chisholm when we were doing Twitter updates. So it's good to see. I'm not positive if he was our player of the game, but I'm pretty sure he was. It's good to see Adam back here at the Hibbing Memorial Arena.
Yeah, I believe he was the player of the game there. Is Will Brown to take the draw for the Tigers here. Zimba has it. Gets it over to Lehman. Lehman gets it out and picked up by Hallen and dumps it back in for the Tigers here. Edmonds comes through center ice here. Edmonds sends it to Allison. Ahead of Allison's stick there into the corner and picked by Hallinan. And brought out by the Tigers now. It's coming back through is Paulson. Paulson brings it back into the Blue Jackets' end as Lehman trying to get it out here for the Blue Jackets. And now controlled by Will Brown in the corner. Pressure by Lehman. Brown behind the net here. Centers it. Nobody home in front. As Casey Kemp's going to get a chance here. Casey Kemp get ridden off the play. Nice play. Adam Brown gets back and makes a defensive play. Or I'm sorry, it was not Adam Brown. It was number 33, Lummel, making that defensive play for the Tigers. Dumped in for Will Brown. And the loose puck picked up by Zimba. Zimba comes through center ice here. Zimba driving it in. Zimba still with it here in the corner. As Weber. Freider now with it along the boards here as Marshak picks it up. Marshak gets hauled down. And there's going to be a penalty coming up here against the Tigers. Freider out there to Wozdecki off the ice here for the extra attacker. Freider to Lund. Lund gets back to Zimba. Zimba back to Lund. Lund with control. Get back to Zimba. Back to Lund. Lund send to the court for Marshak. Allison now with it here. And loose puck now touched by the Tigers, and that'll bring the guy to the box.
Tonight's game is presented by Minnesota Twist Trail in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. Big power play here for Hibbing Chisholm once again. They showed signs of life on that first power play, so we'll see if they can continue that on the second power play here for the Blue Jackets.
Kernanen going off for the holding penalty, the 2-minute minor. And the Blue Jackets have it as Kabina gets it over to Zimba, can't keep it in. Zimba back to recover, gets it over to Kabina. Kabina knocks it ahead. Picked up by the Tigers, now short-handed. Skating is Adam Brown. Ridden off the play by Kabina. Nice chance. Nice job by Drew Kabina there. As Zimba Gets it to Lund. Back over to Zimba. Lund now with it here. Lund gets it through center ice. Zimba will pick up that loose puck after it goes off Brown's skate there. Hatari out there to play it. Lund in the corner, picks it up for the Blue Jackets. Cabina to Lund. Up to Allison. Allison back to Cabina. Zimba. Lund back on the other side. Zimba with a drive, goes through traffic and hits traffic. Kemp gets it, loose puck in front, Hatari. Looking behind him, but the Tigers do a good job getting it out. Getting away from that front of the nice net. At least Adam Brown dumps it out, trying to keep it out here. Cabina holds it in. Drives it through into the corner. Zimba now with it here. Zimba looking for an opening. Zimba skates through. Shot right on. Hatari, big save. No rebound there. That's huge. Hatari hasn't given up a lot of rebounds here. The Blue Jackets have not had the second and third chances that they sometimes do in games.
Yeah, another chance there for Hibbing Chisholm. You know, credit Mitchell Zimba there. He kind of held back. You know, he kind of skated in, kind of to the top of the circle, put a nice shot on. But another nice save there by the goaltender for Delano.
Peterson won that draw here. It's in the corner now, picked up by Hallinan. He dumps it out through center and down to the Blue Jackets zone. Is Vozdecki out there to play it for the Blue Jackets. Freider will pick it up here. Freider with it. Skating it back behind the net. Freider with it. Trying to get it out as pressured by Hallinan. And they're playing great play on the shorthanded here as Freider comes through center ice here now. Freider works it back into the Tigers zone. The Tigers will send it back into the Blue Jackets zone for an icing.
Tonight's game is presented by the Rink Sports Grill in Evelyn. They offer casual family dining and a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large-screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game.
Will Brown to take it against Keegan Fink. Fink won a draw here and back to Kernanen. Knocks it around the net here, set up by Pettit. Pettit gets out to Weber. Weber dumps it in here, picked up by the Tigers and driven in. As the Tigers are going to get a power play here. Blue Jackets going to be going off here. They bring in the Atari off the ice for the extra attacker. Paulson wheels it through center ice. Paulson in there. As Will Brown in there along with him. And the Blue Jackets touch. And an interference penalty coming up against the Blue Jackets as Cabina going off the ice here for 2 minutes.
That's one thing the Blue Jackets need to limit, the penalties. You know, it's going to hurt them. Not a good penalty taken by Cabina, but we'll see if they can, kill it off here and get back to full strength with 9:36 remaining here in the second period.
Shots 10-8 in favor of the hometown Blue Jackets. Here's Peterson out to take the draw for the Tigers as Zimba fires it over Hallinan and keeps it in. Hallinan will bring it out to center ice. Hallinan gets it over to Peterson. Peterson brings it in here for the Tigers. Peterson wheeling behind the net. Over to Adam Brown. Brown behind the net now with it. Brown pressured by Zimba. Brown keeps it in a corner here. Allison trying to get to that loose puck. Zimba comes away with it here. Leaves it back in the corner. Zimba and Brown fight for that loose puck here. Zimba gets it out and dumps it the length of the ice. Atari out there to play it. Leaves it for Hallinan. Hallinan now with it. Bring it through center ice. 8:47 left here, period number 1. Tigers have a 1-0 lead over the Blue Jackets. Blue Jackets send it back in here as Atari will play it. Leaves it for Hallinan. Hallinan will skate it out here. Hallinan up to Lommel. Back to Hallinan. Loses it as Zimba picks it up here. Allison trying to work for that loose puck here. Dunnigan now with it. Dunnigan comes through center ice. Zimba intercepts and knocks it back in. Back to retrieve it was Peterson. Peterson will come through center ice here. Peterson gets it over to Dunnigan. Sent back in by the Tigers again here is chance in with Pettit playing on a forward position and knocked out of play up over the out of play by the Tigers.
Tonight's game is presented by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. That's Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm.
Dunnigan versus Lund, the two number 7s on the ice here. And the Tigers control. As picked up by Kernanen. Dump back in for Weber. Kernanen picks up that loose puck. Kernanen driving it behind the net here. On this power play, that's 10 seconds left here for the Tigers. Kernanen trying to get to that loose as Lund trying to take that loose puck, and Kernanen drives it back in. Kernanen makes a nice move. He shoots, he scores! Jack Kernanen skates in all by himself, goes through the defenders, and puts the Tigers at 2-0 as they just killed off that Blue Jackets just killed off that penalty kill here.
Yeah, nice move there by Jack Kernanen. He drove in there. He is a defenseman, so he got involved in the offensive play there. He drove in, and he made a nice move there and put it in. And during that power play, he made a nice couple other nice moves during the power play as well.
Yeah, Kernanen with the unassisted goal at 9:31 of the second period, putting the Tigers at 2-0 here. Allison now gets it over at Edmonds. And the Tigers will Hallen and sends it back in here. Blue Jackets, Cabina trying to get it out here. Is picked up by Will Brown. And now the back to get it is Kernanen. Kernanen back over to Campion. Campion brings it back into the Blue Jackets zone. Wozniacki out there to play it. Galley will pick it up here. And now the Tigers control. Kemp picks up that loose puck, gets it to Edmonds. Edmonds working it through center ice. Blue Jackets got to get something going here. Down by 2 goals here, second period. There's a chance for Edmonds. I think Hatari got a piece of that one maybe. And now Galley now with it here is picked up by Hallinan. Hallinan fires over into the corner. Picked up by Panini. Over to Carson. Back to the point to Hallinan. Hallinan with a drive right on. Loose puck in front. And chance for Panini, and goaltender Wozniacki makes a huge save there.
Tonight's game is presented by the Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth. They offer large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth, Minnesota. Check them out today.
Lund out there, the draw with Carson. 1-1 that draw here as Zimba backhands it. Back behind the net, Keegan Fink will pick it up here. Leaves it for Zimba. And now the Tigers control. Selstad sends it around here. Knocked back in by Lommel. Zimba gets it to Fink. Along the boards and picked up by Zimba. Zimba will come through center ice here now. Zimba with it. Zimba makes a move. Keeping it going. Fires into the corner. Couldn't get a good shot as he got turned around as he came through a couple defenders there. Lehman keeps it in. Shot goes wide of the net. One gets it back to Cabina. Cabina shot goes wide of the net here. 5:06 left here, period number 2. Tigers 2, Hibbing Chisholm 0. Cabino retrieves in his own end of the ice. Up to Galley and too far, or trying to hit Anderkin there and too far for him. And a whistle and an icing. So the Delano Tigers, the Class 2A representative of the state tournament last year. Were the consolation champions 2019. The Delano Tigers, last few years, they've had quite a bit of success. A couple state tournament runs. And another good team again this year. They're our number 8 team in our rankings in Up North Hockey this week. Back to get it is Campion. Sends it behind the net. As the Blue Jackets trying to keep it down in the Tiger zone. Here's Freider comes away with it. Freider skating in. Freider leaves it to Cabina and loses it. And here's a chance for Dunnigan. Skates in, he shoots, he scores! On the breakaway, Corey Dunnigan. And I believe this is going to might be one assist on this goal, as Dunnigan got the breakaway goal.
Yep, not a good giveaway by the Blue Jackets. The story of the game against South St. Paul was the turnovers, and now they just let up another turnover, and they go down. The Tigers go down to score to take a 3-0 lead.
He's assisted by number 18, Trevor Oja. Dunnigan from Oja. Time of the goal, 12:45.
Dunnigan from Oja on that goal to make it 3-0 for the Tigers. And Kemp will get it out to center ice here. Yeah, it's picked up by Pettit. Back over to Kerninen. Kerninen gets to Brown. Brown in the corner. Brown behind the net, loses an edge here. Ethan Lund picks up the puck and gets it out to center ice here. And back to Pettit here now. Pettit with that is not Pettit. That's Pinonimi. Put it back into the Tiger zone. Adam Brown now with it, wheeling it through center. Gets the pass over to Hallinan. As the Blue Jackets dump it out here, as Lund will dump it around the corner, and that's icing against the Blue Jackets.
Looking at the Tigers, they come from Section 2A. Another team in that section is a team that the Blue Jackets are going to face tomorrow, the Orono Spartans. So, that's a very tough section. Delano, Orono, Breck's in that section. We saw them Friday night. They're a decent team. So, there's some quality teams in that Section 2A.
Yeah, and we'll see the Orono Tigers, or Orono Spartans, on Saturday afternoon against the Greenway Raiders. As Keegan Fink dumps it ahead here. Into the Tiger zone, picked up by the Dunnigan. Gets it out through loose puck at center ice. Dunnigan picks it back up here, is over to Cabina. Cabina fires it out here. Back to get it as Hallinan. Back in his own end of the ice here. 2:36 left here, period number 2. The Tigers have a 3-0 lead over Hibbing Chisholm. Galley fires it back in here. The Tigers dump it out. Back in, Lummel. And shot picked up by Allison here. Allison skating it through center ice. Allison dumps it in for the Blue Jackets. Back to get his Hallinan now. Hallinan keeps it in here. That's Craig Hallinan. Keeps it in for the Tigers here. Brown with it. Trying to get around Lund there. Gallia will pick up that loose puck here. 1:43 left here, period number 2. Sent in by Freider. Atari in there to play it as Lund along with Freider. And we're going to get a whistle. We're going to get a check from behind is coming up here. And that is going to be assessed to the Blue Jackets Freider.
Talking about Section 2A, Adam Franzen says Down West Tonk is also in that section. Another quality team there in Section 2A.
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's a really very interesting section with some really good teams in there. Orono, Delano, Mount West Tonka. Mount West Tonka had a pretty good start this year, so certainly another team that you can't count out in the mix. Breck, they might get things going for them. We saw them win against Evelyn Gilbert here. And we're going to get a scoring tables, checking with the referee here. I think this is a 10-minute misconduct here, I think, on the check from behind. We'll get the official call on the penalty here. Not sure. Waiting, the Blue Jackets are waiting for, or their referee's waiting for the Blue Jackets extra player off the ice here.
That's a tough penalty there. A 5-minute penalty for the Blue Jackets. They'll have a good chunk of that power play. The Tigers will in the third period. So tough penalty taken by the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets.
Draws a 5-minute major and a 10-minute misconduct for checking from behind.
So Freider's got a 5-minute major for check from behind and a 10-minute misconduct. And the Allison will take the draw here against Peterson. Allison wins the draw to Zimba. Zimba gets it out here. As back to get it is Jack Kerninen. As Hatari leaves it for Kerninen behind the net now. Kerninen bring it through center ice here. We got minute 16 left here, period number 1. Adam Brown brings it in here. Brown now with it. Brown controlling the puck. Back to Jack Kernan. Fired in by Peterson. Back to Kernan and drive right on over the top of the net here off of Allison's stick.
An update from the Miners Memorial Building in Virginia. The Orono Spartans have a 2-0 lead over the Virginia Mountain Iron Buell Blue Devils. I believe that one's just getting underway. So 2-0 Orono over Virginia.
And now sent captain by Pettit. And back to get it here is Jack Kerninen. Kerninen sends it ahead. As Brown has it. Brown back in the corner here. Gets it over to Hallinan. Back to Brown. Kept in here is the Tigers' control, but we're going to get a whistle as the Blue Jackets are going to get another penalty here.
No, it's going to be on Delano here.
Oh, it's going to be, okay. Because the goaltender was coming off the ice for the Tigers there. But Adam Brown is going to go off the ice here for 2 minutes for a trip. So face-off coming into the Tigers zone.
Penalty of the Tigers, number 13, Adam Brown.
36.8 seconds left here, period number 2.
For tripping. Time of the penalty, 16:24.
Face-off is going to come to the right side of Tommy Hatari. And now the head coach of the Tigers wants an explanation from the referee. Garrett Van Bergen, the head coach of the Delano Tigers.
Something interesting about him, last year at the state tournament, he made the all hockey here team as the coach of the team.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
yeah, that's.
Well, he's certainly got the hair for it. So that's pretty cool that a coach made that what could be the final all hockey here team. I haven't heard of if anybody's going to take that over in 2020.
Yeah, they pick it. The guy that did it picked a coach every year, pretty much, for the all hockey here team. So he was the coach from last year.
Representative here is Ethan Lund with a chance as Hatari left a golden chance for him, and Lund put it over the top of the net. As Zimba picks it up here, Zimba knocks it back in for the Blue Jackets. As the final seconds wearing down here, period number 2. Lommel gets it ahead to Peterson. Can't control. Picked up by Allison. Allison bringing it back in here. Now Allison skates into the corner. 4 seconds left here. Allison trying to keep it in here for the Blue Jackets. And That's the end of period number 2.
Wow, Ethan Lund had a golden platter waiting for him there, but he just could not bury. Went over the net, and he could put it in. That was a big chance there, and a huge break for Delano, and they still have the shutout after 2 periods of play.
Yeah, great chance for Lund there, but wasn't able to get it in here. So
2-0-1-1. 1-8-2-0-1-1. If you've got that lucky ticket in your hand, please bring it down to me here in the announcing booth to claim your winnings of $99. Once again, your winning number 1-8-2-0-1-1.
We'll have the scoring summary from the second period coming up here momentarily. Welcome back, everyone. Here's your second period scoring summary between the Delano Tigers and the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets. At the 9:31 mark of the second period, the Tigers took a 2-goal lead. Scoring the unassisted goal was Jack Curran on he came in, rushed in, put a nice move on, and buried it for the Tigers. And then the Tigers took a 3-goal lead at the 12:45 mark of the second period. Scoring the goal was Corey Dunnigan. Assist went to number 18, Trevor Oja. Once again, time of that goal was 12:45. And that's where we stand after 2 periods of play. 3-0 Delano over Hibbing Chisholm. Tonight's game is brought to you by Minnesota Twist Trail in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. Tonight's game is also brought to you by the Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth. They offer casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large-screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth, Minnesota. Check them out today. So we'll be back for third period action coming up here from Hibbing. It's the Delano Tigers 3, the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets 0.
All right, we are back here. Teams are both on the ice for period number 3. Hibbing Chisholm and the Delano Tigers. The Tigers with a 3-0 lead.
So we have 3:29 remaining on the 5-minute major on Blake Frieder of the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets, which is a 10-minute penalty too, so there's someone serving the penalty. Then a minute 24 remaining on the Tigers' 2-minute minor penalty. Reminder, tonight's game is presented by Minnesota Twist Trail in Chisholm and the Rink Sports Grill in Evelyn.
And just getting ready to get underway here in period number 3. Don't forget, we have more high school hockey for you tomorrow night. Grand Rapids hosting Forest Lake. And the Tigers controlled and sent in by Weber into the corner. Cabina trying to get it out here for the Blue Jackets. Held in by the Tigers. Behind the net here is Kernanen. Jack Kernanen playing in forward position here. Up is Weber with the puck here. Right for the loose puck, and Zimba comes away with it here. Zimba comes it out through center ice to Casey Kemp. Back over to Zimba. Zimba wheels it around. Zimba with a shot over the top of the net. And now it is brought out by the Tigers. As this is Kernanen with it, wheeling around. Kernanen brings it to center ice. Kernanen driving into the Blue Jacket zone. He holds up and waiting for additional players to get in here as Allison takes it away here. Allison driving in. Allison skating around looking for help. Inside as Edmonds was coming in. And picked up by Peterson. Peterson dumps it out here, is sent in. Allison now with it. Allison moving it in here. Trying to move it past Peterson, and Peterson comes away with it, gets it up to Hallinan. Skating in is Brown, he shoots, he scores! Brown walks in all by himself to put the Tigers up 4-0.
Yeah, nice play there by Brown. He poked it away, and then he had himself a breakaway, and he cashes in, giving the Tigers a 4-0 lead. A minute 57 remaining on the Blue Jackets' 5-minute major penalty.
Number 13, Adam Braun. He's assisted by number 26, Bruce Hallinan. Braun found Hallinan a power play goal at 1:32.
And that's Brown's second of the night on that goal. And now the Tigers keeping it in the zone here. Got the power play for the next minute 34 here. As Lund gets it out here as Lommel controls it at center ice. Lommel dumps it in here. And dumped in by the Tigers. Oja dumps it in here. Back to Oja, back on the point here. Oja dumps it in. Back behind the net is picked up by Selstead. Loose puck. Into the play it for the Blue Jackets was Janicic. And left out here is Hallinan. Brings it in, sends it back in for the Tigers here. Kept in the corner as Weber keeps it in. And this is Paulson wheeling around here. Paulson can't keep it going here. Hotori out there to play it for the Tigers. And he leaves it for Jack Kernanen. Kernanen sends it ahead here. The Blue Jackets pick it up here as Cabina. They need to get something going here. Down by 4 goals here. Period number 3. As the Tigers have had a good game here in on the Blue Jackets ice. Zimba sends it out here as Allison. Brings it out here. Allison gets it in here to Kemp. to Allison up against the boards here and keeps it in. Blue Jackets are back to full strength. As Pettit picked up now by the Dunnigan. And now sent in by Weber, trying to keep it in here for the Tigers, and dumps it. He gets it in here. Over behind the net. Hallinan. Out to the point, sent back in. Kemp in there, Adam Brown. Fighting for that loose puck picked by Hallinan. Hallinan gets a Brown with a shot and a goal! Adam Brown, and that is a hat trick. No, I'm sorry. That was number 13. Yeah, number 13, Adam Brown. Got the hat trick.
Yeah, what a beauty there. It hit the pipe, upper shelf, and he buries it. That's a hat trick for number 13, Adam Brown, as he has 2 here in the third period, excuse me.
Trying to go for the Tigers, number 13, Adam Brown. He's assisted by number 11, Jesse Peterson, and number 26, Bruce Hallinan. Brown from Peterson and Hallinan. Time of the roll, 4:11.
4:11, the time of Brown's third goal in this game. That's with the Hattie for him. Well, it's safe to say we probably have our player of the game there. As Edmonds with it. Edmund gets back to Cabina and hits traffic as the Tigers bring it out here. Selstad trying to bring it out here now. Lommel sends it through and gets through traffic as Cabina dumps it up to center. Edmonds tips it in for the Blue Jackets. Huhtinen out there to leave it here. And now it is brought through center ice here by Campion. Brings it in, loose puck in front here, picked up by the Dunnigan. Dunnigan trying to get it back to the point, and it comes out to center. As the Blue Jackets back to get it to Cabina. Zimba now with the loose puck behind the net now. Zimba gets it to Fink. Fink sends it up to Allison. Allison's got Marshak and an odd man rush. Marshak tips it in, back in, score! Connor Marshak gets the Blue Jackets on the board and breaks the shutout. Actually, we had a change in goal here too as well. Thomas Hartari's still out there.
Well, they get on the board, still down 5-1, so it's pretty much unreachable, but good rush there by Joe Allison, and then Connor Marshak tipped it in to get the Blue Jackets on the board.
And Casey Kemp with a shot right on Hatari. Makes a save here.
Looking ahead for both teams, Delano will travel up to Coleraine to take on the Green White Raiders tomorrow. Then also tomorrow, the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets will be right back here at the Hibbing Memorial Arena to take on the Orono Spartans.
So that goal by Marshak, assisted by Allison and Zimba at 5:46. Blue Jackets trail now by 4 goals. As Lund will get it back in here and chase it to Lehman with it. And now back behind his own net was Hallinan. Or back behind the Blue Jacket net, rather. Sent it by Edmonds up to Kemp. Kemp with it. Played by Pettit there. Pettit and Kemp fighting for that loose puck and knocked out by Allison. Back to get his Janicic. Sent in by Zimba. Hallinan leaves it in the corner. As Fink tries to keep it in here. Back the other way, the Tigers come, shot, goal! As that got through, and I'm not sure who's going to get credited with the goal here. Looks like number 7, Dunnigan, is going to get that one.
Tonight's game is presented by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. The Rick Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rick Sports Grill offers 8 large-screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. It's the Rick Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth, Minnesota. Check them out today.
Okay, so Oja's going to get credited with that goal. Trevor Oja, number 18. And his first goal of the game. Making it 6-1 for the Tigers here. Here's a chance in the corner, sent in by Hallinan. Kept in by Lommel on the other side. Hallinan dumps it back behind the Blue Jacket net here. Picked up by Weber. Centering pass out front. Can't complete the play here as Hallinan drives into the corner. Allison picks up that loose puck. And Allison gets it out here. As Lommel there to send it back in as Weber has it. Weber works it over to Hallinan. Hallinan drives it back in for the Tigers. Back is picked up by Edmonds here. Edmonds gets it out to center. And Campion gets it ahead. As picked up by the Tigers and driven in. Chance for Panini there. And now Casey Kemp comes through center ice, wheeling through, shot right on. Casey Kemp with a shot in the corner. And another save for Hartari.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Minnesota Twist Drill in Chisholm. They are a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey, and they wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun.
Let's see Lund here with the loose puck. Gets it to Zimba. Zimba up to Lund here. As out there is Craig Hallinan. Kemp keeps it in here for Lund. Lund back to Kemp. Kemp back to Zimba, back on the point. Zimba drives a shot out of play here.
Tonight's game is also brought to you by the Rick Sports Grill in Eveleth. They offer large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rick Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth, Minnesota. Check them out today.
And the Kernanen gets it out to center ice. Picked up and sent back in here is a chance for Peterson in front. Back to Brown behind the net here. Brown now with it, centers it. As Kernanen picks it up here. Kernanen wheeling around here. Kernanen leaves it for Brown. Or Peterson rather in there. And now it is Lund comes through with center ice here. Lund gets it up to Kemp. Kemp bringing it in here for the Blue Jackets. Edmonds skating behind the net for that loose puck here. Comes to the half wall. Picked up by the Tigers as Brown brings it out here through center. And now loose puck picked up by Dunnigan. Dunnigan skating in here as Brown wheels towards the net. Dunnigan throws a shot on net. Wozdecki save there. Here's Allison out at center ice. Allison driving in here for the Blue Jackets. Allison with it here, leaves it for Keegan Fink. Fink now gets the puck as he's ridden off the play, and Hallinan comes away with it here. And Hallinan backhands it back into the Blue Jackets zone, and we're going to icing coming up against the Blue Jackets.
Make sure to join us tomorrow night as we'll be at the IRA Civic Center in Grand Rapids for another boys high school hockey matchup between the Forest Lake Rangers and the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. A big Section 7 AA matchup between the Thunderhawks and Rangers.
Yeah, that icing was on the Tigers. Yeah, that'll be a fun game tomorrow night. Forest Lake has got a decent team. We'll see Grand Rapids looking to obviously rebound after some tough losses, but Forest Lake coming in pretty good record as well.
Yeah, looking at Grand Rapids, they played some very tough teams. You know, Roseau, Worrell, good teams. Edina, Eden Prairie. Then they got a huge section win over Elk River, which was huge. Now they have another opportunity at a section game against Forest Lake.
As Anderkin trying to fight for that loose puck in front, and Hutari makes the save there and keeps this a 5-goal lead here for the Tigers.
Now, of course, on Friday, we should have a heck of a game there in Coleraine. It's going to be the Orono Spartans coming up to the Hodgkins Browder Arena to take on the Raiders. You know, should be a good one there between the number 4 ranked team in the state, the Orono Spartans, and the Greenway Raiders.
Yeah, a little afternoon affair in Coleraine. And here's Adam Brown, who comes it through center ice. And Brown along with Peterson. Peterson driving it through as Brown picks it up. Brown with a backhander to Vozdecki. Or shot on Vozdecki. 6 minutes even to go here, period number 3. Delano 6, Hibbing Chisholm 1.
Yeah, looks like Adam Brown's going to be our player of the game once again. Of course, last year when we were doing our Twitter updates, pretty sure he was player of the game. And, you know, we can say right now, he's going to be a player of the game here for Delano tonight, as he has the hat trick for the Tigers.
And now Zimba gets it through as Edmonds brings it through center ice, picked up now by the Tigers. And dumped back in by Craig Hallinan. In there to get his Panini. Here's Ethan Lund. And sent back in, goes off a Tiger player, but they are able to knock it back into the Blue Jackets zone as Carson send it back in here. 5:28 left here, period number 3. As out through center ice is Will Brown bringing it back in for the Tigers. Brown driving in on Zimba here. And Lund back in the corner, trying to get to that loose puck. Here's Brown, comes away with it here. Lund will bring it out now for the Blue Jackets. Back to get it is Kernan, back behind his own net here. Kernan wheels around. Gets it over to Selstead. Selstead brings it through. Kind of checked off the play by Zimba, but Selstead recovers. Selstead centers it, nobody home as Keegan Finks picks up that, Casey Kemp picked up that loose puck in front and brought it out. And Kemp will finish off the play, sends it in for the Blue Jackets on the line change. Here's Kernan as Kabina holds it in for the Blue Jackets. Allison now with it here. Kabina will get to that loose puck here. Allison behind the net now. As the Tigers trying to come away with it. Here's a chance for Marshak up front. And back the other way comes Jack Kernan. Gets it over to Paulson. As the Blue Jackets come away with us, Janicic. Janicic skates it through center ice. Janicic skating in, trying to make a move. And now picked up by the Marshak behind the net here. Janicic back to Kabina on the point. Kabina sends it right on. Atari makes a save.
A lot of heavy hitting here to end this period. 3:38 remaining in regulation. You know, a lot of hard hits, and this game's starting to get pretty physical to cap off this game between Delano and Hibbing Chisholm.
Yeah, certainly some physical hitting going on there. Ethan Lund takes the draw against Corey Dunnigan. Dunnigan wins that draw here as Hallinan sends it out. As picked up and sent back in here is Zimba. And we're going to get a whistle. A penalty is coming up against the Tigers.
That's going to be a 5 there, I'm pretty sure. You know, he was in a, yep. Ref just made the call there, checking from behind. You know, that was kind of a dangerous play. He's in a vulnerable position, and he gets a 5-minute penalty for checking from behind.
So Campion off the ice for the check from behind. And we're going to get a face-off here as Allison will get the draw here. Allison wins that draw. Back to Zimba. Zimba now with it here to Lund. Lund with a drive right on. Atari save.
Draws a 5-minute major for checking from behind. Campion with a major, checking from behind. Time of the penalty, 13:37.
All right, so here's Allison now with it here as Lund knocks it back in as Lommel will send it out for the Tigers. Vozdecki out there to play it. As skating around and loose puck picked up by Zimba. Zimba skating it ahead through center ice and gets it to Kemp. Kemp now with it back to Allison, back to Zimba. Up to Kemp. Leaves it for Lund. Back to Kemp now, picks up that loose puck. Kemp now behind the net to Allison. Allison over to Lund. Back into Allison. Behind the net now is Kabina. Back to Zimba. Back to Kabina. Kabina back to Allison in the back behind the net there. Allison now with it. Back to Kabina. Kabina with a drive on goal. Ethan Lund was out there to tip that possible rebound in there. Couldn't get wood on it. Here's Allison has it. It's the final minutes ticking down here in Hibbing. 2:07 left here, period number 3. And the Tigers have a 6-1 lead. Here's Zimba driving in for the Blue Jackets. And dumped out by the Tigers' Oja. As Vozdecki will pick it up here. As Kemp back to Kabina. Back to Zimba, back to Kemp, hits center ice. Kemp brings it in for the Blue Jackets, leaves it for Lund. Lund works it to Kemp. Centering, trying to get over to Allison. Allison over to Lehman. Allison goes off his skate, and the Tigers send it back into the Blue Jackets' end. Vozdecki out there to play the puck. Here's Casey Kemp with it here. He loses it to Will Brown. Dumps it back in for the Tigers. Lehman to play it here for the Blue Jackets. And sent in by Lommel. Less than a minute remaining here in period number 3. The Tigers holding a 6-1 lead over the Blue Jackets. Here's Allison with it here. Allison driving in. Allison backhander. Goes behind the net. Allison picks it up here as Edmonds. Edmonds tries to centers it for Freider. Can't get a shot away. Here and back the other way comes Weber. Drives it back into the Blue Jackets' end. Picked up by Lehman. Lehman now with it. Gets it to Freider. Freider comes through center ice. Freider to Lehman. 22 seconds left here, period number 3. And Pettit dumps it back into the Blue Jackets zone. As back behind the brought up as Fink. Fink hands it at center ice. Fink gets it to Freider. Freider driving in here as Lehman holds it in. Freider. And that's the end of the period. End of the hockey game. Final score, Delano Tigers 6, Hibbing Chisholm 1.
Yeah, big win for Delano here tonight. Amazingly enough, Hibbing Chisholm led in shots. But, goaltending was a huge difference in this game here tonight. Not a lot of shots for both teams, 19-17 in favor of the Blue Jackets. But the stat that matters are the goals, and the Delano Tigers lead in that category. They get the victory 6-1 over the Blue Jackets.
And Blake will have your scoring summary. in just 1 minute.
And here's your scoring summary from the third and final period of play here from Hibbing. Scoring the goal to take a 4-0 lead for the Tigers was number 13, Adam Brown. He got an assist from number 26, Bruce Hallinan. Time of that goal was 1:32 on the power play. Then Delano took a 5-goal lead. Scoring the goal was, once again, number 13, Adam Brown. Assist went to number 11, Jess Peterson, and number 26, Bruce Hallinan. And time of that goal was 4:11. Then Hibbing Chisholm finally got on the board with a goal from number 5, Connor Marshaw. He got an assist from number 3, Joe Allison, and number 10, Mitch Zimba. Time of that goal was 5:46. And then Delano at the end of the game tacked on one more to get their 6th and final goal of the game. Scoring the goal was number 18, Trevor Oja. Assist went to number 7, Corey Dunigan. And time of that goal was 7:15. And that's the final score here tonight. 6-1, the Delano Tigers over the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets. And our player of the game is going to, of course, go to Adam Brown, who got the hat trick for the Delano Tigers tonight. And that's it looks like. So 3 goals for Adam Brown, and he's our Up North Hockey player of the game for the Delano Tigers here tonight.
Yeah, Adam Brown was our player of the game last year when the Tigers were here. Again, he gets the player of the game honors. He's a junior forward for the Tigers and continues to dominate in his junior season. Goaltender saves in this game. Tommy Hortori for the Delano Tigers. He had 18 saves, and goaltender Vitek Vozdecki ends the game with 11 saves for the Blue Jackets. Hortori only a sophomore goaltender, so some good younger underclassmen talent on this Delano Tigers team, Blake.
Yeah, I was going to mention that actually. Goaltender played very well for Delano. Hatari only faced 19 shots, but at the beginning of that second period, it was only 1-0, and he made some very key saves there when the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets were on the power play. So, he made some key saves there, and he prevented the Blue Jackets from tying it up at 1, which was, a huge momentum shift for the Delano Tigers there in that second period.
Right, he certainly did. I mean, the Blue Jackets did put on some pressure at that point of the game, and kept it interesting early on. First period was close, 1-goal lead, and then that 1-goal lead going into that second period. So again, the final score 6-1 here. Delano Tigers get the first victory of their trip north. They're looking to complete the sweep tomorrow when they play the Virginia Blue Devils tomorrow.
I think they play Greenway tomorrow.
Oh, they're playing playing in Greenway. Okay.
Yep.
Or in Coleraine tomorrow night. Okay. So, but yeah, it's another. They're our number 8 team at the Up North Hockey rankings this week, and they continue to impress teams throughout the state. And they had a very good effort here tonight in the Delano Tigers.
And before we go, here's a word from our sponsor. Minnesota Twist Drill, a proud sponsor of Up North Hockey. They wish best of luck to all players on the season ahead and to have fun. The Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth offers casual family dining in a hockey-themed atmosphere. Try one of their daily specials or your favorites from the menu. The Rink Sports Grill offers 8 large-screen TVs and 2 10-foot projection screens, so you never have to miss a minute of the game. The Rink Sports Grill offers large and small group seating with meeting areas available. Full menu, limited menu, or buffet. They can cater your event, party, or meeting. That's the Rink Sports Grill at 301 Hattrick Avenue in Eveleth, Minnesota. Check them out today. And reminder to join us tomorrow night for a matchup between a Section 7 AA matchup between the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks and the Forest Lake Rangers from the IRA Civic Center. You know, could be a very interesting game between those two Section 7 AA opponents. You know, Grand Rapids has struggled a little bit lately, and Forest Lake, I think they're a decent team as well in Section 7 AA.
Yeah, of course, Grand Rapids they've had some very tough opponents on this run of last 4 or so games for the Thunderhawks. They're looking to bounce back and get some momentum here now in the second part of the season, as the Forest Lake Rangers also have a nice team as well coming in. Of course, don't forget we will have live coverage of that tomorrow evening from the IRA Civic Center.
Yeah, it's a big game for Grand Rapids. They have the big Duluth East game coming up. They're going to be a tough team. Everyone thought they were down this year, but they're going to be there, and that's going to be a fun one as well when the Duluth East Greyhounds come to town at the IRA Civic Center to take on the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. So once again, final score here tonight from the historic Hibbing Memorial Arena. It's the Delano Tigers 6, the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets 1. So for Randy, I'm Blake. We thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to our live stream of this game. And we'll see you tomorrow night from the IRA Civic Center in Grand Rapids for the Forest Lake Rangers and the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. Good night, everyone.